Right, welcome everybody, episode 54 of Diggy's Dungeon. Hopefully last week you saw our exhaustingly long top 10 lists episode and discovered that my taste is better than yours. But either way, we have to continue. I'm now forced to listen to the taste of my listeners every week. So if anything sucks, it's not my fault. So let's go ahead and get one of those in who's going to make me listen to stuff that I might not necessarily have wanted to. It's, of course, Mr. Swither. So I'm going to go ahead and pull him in now. Hello, Mr. Swither.
Bum, 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 buddy. How we doing?
I am alive. Alive, but with a bruised ego.
Oh, you seem well. Wait, why is your ego bruised?
Because I completely failed at installing a new CPU cooler before the stream. So that's where it happened.
I believe in you. You know, technology is pretty complex, I hear. But I'm very glad to see you back blistering under the ring light.
Yeah, burning up, you know.
Love that.
Having my retinas just scorched.
Well, you're looking fantastic. Your skin's looking clear, so something about this K-pop been working.
Clearly.
And speaking of which, I'm going first today. This feels strange.
It's
so let's go on and get it. I'm bringing on a very interesting whole comeback cycle. You know, we have 3 music videos to choose from, and then 4 or 5 little baby music videos for the individual member songs. But Itzy has done quite a strategy for this comeback. I think it has failed. I'll say just right up front.
Yep.
Strategy-wise. But I do want to bring on 2 of the 3 songs, one of them being one of the pre-releases and the other being the long-awaited title track. And so let's start with the pre-release, Mr. Vampire. Let's get into it. Itzy, Vampire, Mr. Vampire. Boom.
Okay, Mr. Vampire, here we go.
아주 상쾌하게 번쩍 잠에 섞인 기분 기지개를 켜며 발을 내디뎌 난 찾은 걸까 true love 분명히 멋진 날이 될 것 같은 걸 이건 사랑일까 우린 영원히 영원할까 yeah 난 느낌이 와난 좀 뭔가 다른 듯해 하얗고 예쁜 티 점점 더 달콤해진 my path 새들처럼 뛰는 얼빛 Like me, like you, boom boom 여는 새콤 모조리 묻혀 있었어 땅속 깊숙이 에이, 하긴 사랑 그따위 피곤했어 너를 만날 때까진 어서 나를 깨물어봐 Mr. Vampire 하나하나 깨물어봐 Mr. Vampire We're always fading heaven 우린 너무 잘 어울려 Mr. Vampire 수줍은 그 face 용기 내 be brave 이대로 날 놓치면 미치게 후회한다 Don't you know you have a superpower 걱정 많아도 너와 함께 하고 싶어 Oh 내 맘을 읽어봐 simple 어렵지 않거든 Oh 나의 마음을 맞춰봐 이미 힌트는 뭐 충분한 것 같아 하얗고 예쁜 티 점점 더 달콤해진 my blood 새들처럼 뛰는 얼빛 Like me, like you, boom boom 연애 슬픈 모조리 묻혀 있었어 땅속 깊숙이 에이, 하긴 사랑 그따위 피곤했어 너를 만날 때까지 어서 나를 깨물어봐 Mr. Vampire 하나하나 깨물어봐 Mr. Vampire We're always fading heaven 우린 너무 잘 어울려 Mr. Vampire 같이 춤을 출까 창백한 피부가 햇살에 그을리도록 구릿빛 눈부시도록 느껴봐 이 순간이 떨림 끌려 참을 수 없어 좀처럼 야야 입 맞춰 for the first time 우린 바보처럼 사랑밖에 몰라 변한 세포 모조리 묻혀 있었어 땅속 깊숙이 에이, 하긴 사랑도 따위 피곤했어 너를 만날 때까지 너를 절대 놓치지 마 Mr. Vampire 사람들에게 물어봐 Mr. Vampire Could we all be free in heaven 내가 제일 어울려 넌 Mr. Vampire.
Alright, Swither. Are you feeling like you need to suck some blood? Or feeling like you've been fed?
Well, I had my blood sucked, and then I found that I need to suck some myself. It was a beautiful presentation. There's a certain keystone in this song, in human form, and it's my girl Chaeryeong. My goodness, she had that high note in the bridge. Oh, why isn't anyone talking about Chaeryeong high note?
Was that the one where I was like, oh? Or was that Yeji?
I'm gonna bet it's Yeji because Yeji does. I really like how Yeji sings, but I feel like
So
she more
shrill.
frequently goes into a range where it feels like it's like too much effort. You know, shrill, I guess, is the word that the chat has been using.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the way that this song starts is, it's a song called Mr. Vampire. You click on the video and then you get, and it sounds like well, I'll just repeat what I said in the chat when it came out, which is a fucked up robot bird. And I made a connection between this and who did that one vampire song? NCT.
Oh,
that
what
NCT?
favorite?
Yeah, favorite NCT 127. Yeah, yeah, and that one also features a fucked up robot bird. Two songs that aren't that are about vampires that have a fucked up robot bird. Just an observation. But then once you get through that little introduction, then you get hit with this lush wash of chords and an arpeggio all the way up G, and then ending on the 7th degree of the scale. You know, just a little mystery ending on the 7th gives you a sort of capricious vibe. But the keys sound really nice. The wash, it's just you get dropped into it. It's very immersive. And then suddenly you're like, wow, this isn't the obnoxious thing that fucked up robot bird was suggesting it might be. And then it's this really smooth R&B style verse. They sound great on it. And then they get to the chorus, which at first you're like, oh no, it is going to be the obnoxious thing that the intro suggested. They didn't lie to me. And while I can see that the chat hated it, by the end of the song, the chorus won me back because they incorporated the keys with the little fucked up robot bird, and it ended up gelling in a way that I didn't expect it to. So this was a song that scared me, then wowed me, then scared me again, and then ultimately wowed me. Yeah, a triumph. This is so much better than a lot of the past 2 years of Itzy.
That's not hard, though.
It's not hard to do. It's true. And I wouldn't say that this is topsy shelf, but I really like this. I will say my critiques of it are some of the vocal reaches. What we were just saying about Yeji. I don't know. Sometimes when she goes up in that range, it just does sound like it's too much effort, or something that vocalists say about supported or unsupported. I don't know.
Sounds very strange.
Strange, yeah, something like that. Um, and then other critiques, I'll say that the like really fuzzy, colorful shit doesn't look good. But all the like rivety, metally stuff was working pretty well. And whenever they do some like flames or lightning, the red and black color scheme outfits are reminding me of Itzy Voltage. Some great looks in that one. The choreo is pretty good. There was some moment that I had a critique of, but I forget it now. But great dancers, great dancers. They dished very hard. I enjoyed it. Styling wise, I think they got to stop messing with. They always try to make Ryujin look like
like you dipped for like a while. You were like, they always try and make Ryujin like and then like it died.
Oh, they are censoring me. Am I back?
You're back now, yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, I said that she looked like a stud. They try to make her look like a stud with all the piercings and stuff frequently. That they sort of cast her in that role oftentimes. And while she absolutely bodies that, I don't think they need to do it with the fake piercings and stuff. I don't think that is the type of stud that Ryujin is, personally.
Yeah.
But yeah, what did you think of this pre-release single?
I think the backing track is amazing in the verses. There's like some really beautiful like piano stuff. I think I heard a harp there. Like it's really, really nice. And then they fuck it all up because the vocals sound terrible and the chorus is really not good. It's a shame. This could have been awesome, but I don't think these girls were the ones to do it, and I don't think that chorus belongs.
Well, I mean, when Cheryon's talking to me, the new vampire mister that I am, it's pretty convincing. So I can see why that chorus is not the type of chorus that we look for in this community, but it still landed with me.
Yeah.
I'll say
I'm consistently not a fan of how Itzy's voices sound. It doesn't really seem to matter the context. They just don't sound great. Like, I don't know. I don't think they have a particularly good vocalist in the group, especially with Leah gone.
Yeah, it's not a vocal forward group that's never been their reputation. But I do enjoy how different their voices sound. They're extremely easy to pick out. And it's one of those situations where, I'll just be risky. I'll just be risky and say, I have enjoyed Itzy more without Leah. She is the most competent vocalist, but just because you're technically good doesn't mean that everyone's tastes are different. Her vocal style is not my taste, and so while she might be the best singer, the rest of the girls in the group, their colors are so much more distinctive and vulnerable and enjoyable to me.
I think that we would enjoy Leah a lot more if they actually wrote songs that were in her comfortable range, because they always try and make her sing crazy high, and that's not what her strength is. But they seem to be allergic to writing Itzy songs that are actually in their fucking range.
They've given Leah some low range stuff as well, and she sounded like herself on it. I really just don't think that's what's amiss with her for me. But yeah, on the song, it was this pre-release was written by a group of producers that that they always want to be cheeky with the names of their producer groups, and so they named the name of their production company in-house. So it makes it sound like some in-house producers, as if they're in-house at JYP, but in fact, I don't believe that to be the case.
That's just going to get annoying,
isn't it?
It's already hard enough working out who produced everything. If they're going to fucking do that as well, this is going to be impossible.
Yeah, hey, at least they throw you a bone and put it in all caps with no space. How about that?
Okay.
but yeah, and then it also had some writing from Nomi Legrand. I want to say Naomi, but it's spelled Noemie.
What the
Nomi.
fuck?
Nomi Legrand. Something French. Something far too French for me. And then Sophia Quinn. That one's nice and easy. But yeah, I think they did a good job. Yeah, but I hear the critiques. I don't think I have much more interesting to say on it. I will say about the I'll sprinkle in my thoughts on the album as we talk about this. There were solo tracks for each member, and there were two pairs in terms of the writing. Chaeryeong's 9 and Yuna's Not Yet, but we're both done by Collapsed One, Collapsed Done guy, with some others on there, but that's the biggest name I recognize. And then Yeji and Ryujin's were both Galactica. Now, Galactica has produced a number of their big hits, including Dala Dala. The only difference between the production on of the writing on Yeji and Ryujin's and Dala Dala is that Dala Dala also had a writing credit from AOA member Yuna, who this next month is marrying the guy named Friday from Galactica.
Yeah.
Which is so cute. I love that. I haven't seen a story like that. Idol marrying a songwriter, producer. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, good luck to him.
Yeah, good luck. And yeah, I didn't know until seeing that story that AOA Yuna contributed to.
I'm assuming he was going to say contributed to Dala Dala before Discord censored him again.
Well, I wasn't saying anything this time, so I'm down to move on to the next one, which I believe we have Untouchable.
Yeah, title track time.
All right, so yeah, this is the title. Itzy's Untouchable, so long awaited, so many pre-releases. Will it ever drop? And here it is.
Let's see it. Here we go. Untouchable.
보지만 내 발걸음 앞에 You're gonna know, you are gonna know 내가 뭘 하든지 now you just keep your eyes on me 난 못 건드려 절대 못 건드려 어디 날 한번 지켜봐 이미 난 몰아쳐 I'm on fire 나를 막는 건 누구든 내겐 아무런 의미 없을 뿐이야 Why not 난 자신 있어 뭐든 Show what I have 날 알수록 놀라워 멈출 생각 따윈 없거든 Here we go now I'm untouchable 막아서지 못해 시작됐어 지금 flow Just going on and on Mess it up now 쉽게 나가 어떤 것도 I don't care about I'm untouchable 깨지지 않는 for Bam 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 body 막을 수 없어 nobody Bam 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 body Nothing goes down me no nobody 나만이 내 vision 끝나지 않을 mission 두려울 게 없다고 Yeah I gotta go baby keep your eyes on me 지루 따윈 안 봐 난 끌린 대로 가 만족할 때까지 항상 내가 원한 길로 You know I'm not scared 이미 난 몰아쳐 I'm on fire 나를 막는 건 누구든 내겐 아무런 의미 없을 뿐이야 Why not 난 자신 있어 모든 show what I have 날 알수록 놀라워 멈출 생각 따윈 없거든
Bum 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 buddy. What did you think about that, Swither?
Untouchable. They gave my girl another high note.
I don't know if she really killed it that much, to be honest.
At the end of the bridge, I thought that was gorgeous. And they gave her the killing part of bum 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 buddy, which, could I just say she bodied it?
Mm-hmm.
Can I say that she bodied it? Because that is what she did. That's definitely the most fun part of the song, and that's where the very good dance move is. Don't know how to describe it. It's just a good move. And so this was the title. Yep. Interesting selection to make so much preamble lead up to this track. Especially considering it's pretty normal. It's kind of like, just kind of a naive interpretation of what Itzy might be if you watched a couple of their music videos. But crucially, it draws another influence, which T has referenced in the chat, which is that it has a similar thing going on as Twice's breakthrough.
Black shoe, black shoe, black shoe, black shoe.
Breakthrough. Another good song. Twice Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
Twice has some great Japanese songs.
They do.
I'll say styling wise, this is a decisively stronger music video. You got Chaeryeong in that a zippy denim dress sort of deal, and then they got the black leather set scene. Some good cuts there. And then you got the blue lightning sort of outfit set up with Chaeryeong in that sort of lightning based skirt, electric blue. This is a pretty fun song. Let me tell you, if you like Twice Japanese, then you will probably like this song, especially if you get to that bum 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 body. However, this was not the selection for the title track. This is too normal for them, kinda. And
they haven't had like a normal for the last few years, though. I don't feel like they keep like throwing something else at the wall each time.
Yeah, so maybe that's the reason why. Maybe they wanted to shoot down the middle. But damn, all the guys with the riot shields rushing them, but they're untouchable. That loadout is not something that they are worried about. They can bust through all the riot shields simultaneously with
their mind explosions.
Yeah, like Mars attacks type. And in fairness, if I had to rush Chaeryeong in a riot shield, I would probably have my brain just swell and explode like the aliens from Mars Attacks. I really enjoyed this, but it definitely is flopping. It's flopping pretty bad.
Yep.
It's doing worse than a couple of their other pre-releases.
They're still under 6.5 million views. This has been out for nearly a week.
Oh goodness!
It's insanely low. This only has just more than Mr. Vampire had.
Yeah. So, for the people that have been frustrated with the pre-release strategy, this may be an argument that shows up in the boardrooms of JYP, YG, SM, etc. They might say, but look how much Untouchable flopped. We can't do the pre-release strategy. So maybe
please
the positive
don't.
exponent.
I really hope this does herald the death of the pre-release strategy, because it fucking sucks. Like, Mr. Vampire came out and I was like, okay, cool, Itzy, you're out, that'll do. And then they just kept releasing stuff. I'm like, oh, just stop it. I don't care anymore. It doesn't matter what the title is. It just kills any hype you could possibly have. Like, just, I'll give you a teaser for the main song and then the main song. That'll do.
Yeah, they went.
If you want to release secondary singles afterwards, go for it. But pre-release is so shit because you never release your strongest one first. And if you do, then it kills the hype for the title track. It's just like no good way. It just sucks.
They went with all of the questionable promotional choices. They did multiple track videos where they had the individual member songs be. They would have music videos that are about a minute, 15 seconds long, which is an interesting choice. Yeah. While I loved Chaeryeong's little track video, I loved it. It was, I doubt it did much considering those track videos. It's just not a format that I think is doing big numbers. There have been some great songs that have been put out like that, like Espa Salty and Sweet got a track video. But I don't think it's a good strategy, frankly.
No, it's probably not. It just it again kills hype because it makes you assume that the song is really this short, so it's not worth getting invested. Like I remember when Yeji's came out, Bladed put in the server like, oh, it's a bit short, and I was like, yeah, it is a bit short. He's like, oh, I wish it was a lot longer, and it is a lot longer, but you wouldn't know that because the album wasn't out at that point, so it's just stupid.
Yeah, and with some of them, it omits some of the good parts of it. Like, I think Ryujin's track video, I don't think it included the bridge, but the bridge of that song is quite good, and she sounds really nice and gets a delicate part of her voice on it. It's really welcome.
Yeah, they just, like, I feel like they also picked really bad parts of the track, for sure, because I don't think I, like, even paid any attention to Leah's one when it came out, but I actually quite liked that on the album.
You're talking about the Leah one? Sorry.
Yeah. Am I breaking up? Yeah, Leah's one.
Bladed is in the chat saying that the pre-release strategy worked for New Jeans, and I'll say to that, they did a. I don't think it's fair to necessarily call it a pre-release strategy with their 4-song debut thing, because as Gachi is saying, it was hard to figure out what was going to be the title. It wasn't really disclosed that much that, oh, these are pre-releases. It was just sort of like a blitz of, multiple full music videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not only were the songs obviously ridiculously strong, but the music videos were full, connected, and I mean, more connected than your usual connected music videos. Like, they were sort of almost gospel style, different perspectives on the same sort of story arc.
Yeah, didn't theirs all have like a connected storyline anyway? Yeah,
so while New Jeans' debut all felt like all these songs that were very much one package, this one, to like a outside viewer or someone that's not a fan of it, might just be like, wow, this group is just putting out a lot of stuff. Not really like the sort of together blitz that the New Jeans EP was. But yeah,
I don't think it did them any favors, for sure. And it's annoying because I don't think this album was that bad. I thought it was like a lot better than what Itzy usually put out.
Oh yeah, I wanted to get to that. This is a strong album. It's a strong album from Itzy. Let's quickly go through the track list. So we started off with, let me look it up, which one it started with. It started with Born to Be. Born to be, which this comeback cycle was just really a good time to be a Chaeryeong stan, because she saved Born to Be. There's this part where they gave Ryujin like a really bad part of a rap verse where she's talking about, I'm going down Victory Lane.
Standard Ryujin experience.
just does not work. But then Chaeyoung comes in and she's like, I'm about to have this whole crowd going. She gets the whole crowd going. Oh my goodness, I love that. Yeah, so I'm smiling just thinking about that one. And then you hit Untouchable, which we just heard, and then you hit Mr. Vampire, which we heard just before that, and then you hit the first song that is new to you if you have been following all their stuff, you know, and then the album drops. This is the first song that is new to you. Dynamite. Like dynamite, like dynamite.
Like dynamite, so go on. Drop it, go on, drop it. Hope I get raw. Warning, yeah, we bombing, killing the dance floor. 날 따라 춤을 춰봤다. 전부 끌어냈다. You should let it flow like boom, bada, rocking on the beat like now, switch up the vibe. Set the roof on fire. Yeah, so high, 누구도 못하는 move. Don't need the light. 1, 2, 3, follow me the way I groove, yeah. Turn it on, wanna see you shake. 흔들지 마 before you MIA. Murder the dance floor, 우리만의 feel.
Which is, you know, someone tell the DJ to put this in the list, because that would have me, you know, that would have me dropping it. That would have me dropping it like crazy, just like they say in the chorus of the song. Really high energy.
I'm not into that one, but it wouldn't be a surprise.
It's not a Diggy song. It is very much a club dance song.
Yeah, but then I liked club bangers back in the day. I just don't like the ones they make now.
Yeah, but it's not like house club. It's more like, you know, that K-pop girl crush club. It has that edge to it.
Where everyone's trying to pretend they have a really sick attitude rather than actually having fun, which is the ones I want. I want like a Beast Beautiful Night. You know, hands up type of club rather than the girls acting moody kind of club.
Now put your hands up, 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 put your hands up.
Okay, I mean, I don't know if I'd say it's moody. They're just, you know.
I want Shinhwa This Love, you know? That's what I want for my club.
Okay, maybe an unreasonable expectation for Itzy, but
yeah.
Then we have the on the album they put all of the solos sequential. They start with Yeji's crown on my head, crown on my head. Which I was surprised that I liked the Yeji solo song, but I think they kind of did a pretty good job of making a song to her image. And, you know, it was very cold when she says, you know, that crown on her head is the only thing that's on her mind. You know, a classic line pulled from rap songs for decades, but one that works really especially well for Itzy because they always do that finishing crown move.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
I think it's another one where I would have liked it a lot more. I would have liked it a lot more if it wasn't Yeji singing it. I just don't really think her voice is great. It's that strainy kind of thing. But I think the song is actually pretty good in general.
Yeah, it's got sort of like more of like a inspiring rock sort of thing going on where you could maybe use it for an army recruiting video, you know, and then the next track the next solo is Leah's Blossom.
엉클인 채 엉클인 채 피지 못한 채로 전부 버텨내도 It's not late to give me love 나도 꽂히고 싶어 How was I like How was I like How was I like We weren't alike We weren't alike We weren't alike How was I like How was I like How was I like 아직 피어나지 못한 나이 제일 늦게 피어나는 나이
Which I am realizing this is making it sound like I'm a severe Leah anti, but I really didn't listen to that song much.
I think I quite like that one.
Yeah, okay, I'll give it an actual try next time. And then we have Ryujin's solo track, Runaway.
Okay, run away from me. 겁나면 내가 아낄 그 악역. 정글이 넌 말 못하겠다면 you can blame it on me. Run away from me. We ain't shining anymore. 넌 나의 가련한 주인공. I'll take that ugly part. Run away.
Which has sort of a Strokes thing going on,
Oh,
you know? The guitar is very Strokes toned, and it's kind of emo. We're not shining anymore. It's cute. I like that song. I was surprised that I liked that too, because that one I didn't like. Crown on my head for Yeji, I was like, oh, this makes sense. But then hearing the Strokes thing for Ryujin, it took a little convincing. But then I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty nice. And then we have Chaeryeong's Mine, which is a beautiful song.
I can get you out of my mind. I've been looking for somebody like you. 난 네 주위를 또 맴돌아. 내 모든 시선은 always find you. 난 네 주위를 또 맴돌아. And that I know. Forever mine, already mine. Just say, do-be-do-be-do-be-do. Forever mine, already mine. Not a secret. Do-be-do-be-do-be-do.
She sells it. It's beautiful. And then we have Yuna's Yet But.
Like a fever, I'm lost in the shige. 반짝일 테니 don't worry. I got you 이미 love. You're the only one. 58 ways to shine. 가장 완벽해진 내게. 너의 boy. 좋다가 눈 아파지고 내 up and down 매일매일이 그렇지 뭐. Never mind, just smile, laugh it up. Yeah, gonna be alright.
Which is by the same producer group, and it has an interesting vibe. I kind of don't like it, but I kind of respect it. I don't know. It's interesting. And then the last track, which is the second and only other track that is new to you, if you have been following their stuff leading up to the album, which is called Escalator Going Up.
Escalator, so see you later on an escalator. Going up.
It doesn't say going up in the title, but they say that in the song. It's a song where the lyrics very much point to it being more about an elevator, but they're like, there's too many songs called Elevator. Because I think they might even have the elevator door open ding at one point, and then they have like the lyrics contain, directional things as if, in an elevator we have an indication of if it's going up or down. you don't got to know on an escalator, okay? If it's going up, it's going up. You see it from afar. But the song goes, it's another song that's a lot like Dynamite in its role. It's a little bit harder edged, like some of the sounds in it could be more grating. But it's also a lot of fun. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Just a shockingly strong full album. They gave us 10 tracks, a solo for each member, a lot of their original OG producers with a couple of other additions. And so I'm pretty happy with this. I can really work with a lot of the contents of this album.
Yeah,
definitely a number of these songs made it onto my playlist.
I think also like Untouchable is probably the best title track since Not Shy for me from Itzy. I quite like this song quite a lot. I realize I didn't talk about it when we were talking about the song, but yeah, I think this is like way more what they should be doing than what they've been doing in the last few years. I think it's solid.
Nice.
I think it really suits them. Their voices actually sound really good on Untouchable. Like it suits them very well. It's got, would you believe it, really, really good vocal production. Listen to it. They sound like they're actually singing rather than being put through a computer. They sound awesome. It's great. I got like barely any complaints other than it being a bit too repetitive. But it's annoying that we we get the best music from them on their floppiest era of all time, where no one cares and they're getting no views, no attention, no one cares because they put out so much crap for the last few years that everyone's just given up on them.
Yeah, it does seem a little bit ironic, but a little perfect in some sort of way. But yeah, no, I'm very glad to hear you're happy about this one because yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I've really been wanting them to get back to making some of this type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So let's cover some other details. So among the terrible promotion choices that were made this comeback cycle, every time it's a new requirement of a K-pop comeback is you have to have a pre-made at least one pre-made TikTok trend or short form video meme that you got to try and spread, and they floundered with one really quickly that I think that they're backing off of, but it was such a terrible idea. They were trying to make some like not even like doing the point choreo or anything, just doing, sometimes you have some trends that reference the lyrics or something. And they tried one where it takes that little part that I think is perhaps the worst sounding part of the song, which is it's either when Ryujin or Yeji saying "Geji and form," something about form, and
I don't even remember that part.
Exactly, it's not the point. It's just like this weird part of the bar, and they loop it multiple times within just the short form video. I don't get what it was trying to be because I don't understand the lyrics. However, it was such a bad choice. It just sounds awful. And I scrolled past it. I was like, no. It's already flopping. Don't hit him with that. But then I saw that they were doing more of trying to make the trend more around the point choreo of bum 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 buddy, which is the obvious correct choice. Mm-hmm. So that was good. There's some great moments in the choreo. There's some group tutting that is really special, and no one's better to sell it than Itzy. There's some really good isolations there, and Chaeryeon gets a great shot. And yeah, the bum 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 buddy move is just tough. This has a whole lot of spectacle going on in the music video. It's pretty standard sets and concepts, but really well executed. Very glamorous. Really like it. I think they broke too many mirrors.
I think they probably run all the battery out of those lasers they were putting at Yeji the whole time too. Oh, that was a cut off. I didn't realize. Discord hates us today. I don't know what's going on. It did this last week as well, didn't it?
the world is really trying to stop Itzy. You know, the promo, you know, it's strategic, you know, cut me off, you know, and then here's the good interpretation. Maybe they nuked this comeback so that next comeback people can look back and be like, wow, we've been sleeping on them. That's maybe the charitable
People
interpretation.
don't do that. People just don't do that.
Yeah, you're right.
Unless there's an impetus, like someone makes a video about it. Like no one actually does that naturally. Of the like K-pop masses, we do in this community, but most people in the K-pop masses, unless there's some big meme video or like the Brave Girls one that someone made, like people don't do that naturally. Unfortunately, there might be like the odd like quiet minority that is talking about how slept on this era is, but the majority will not look back.
Yeah, no, you're right. I was just trying to find some sort of silver lining, but other random notes from the music video. I think that the snipers that all point at Yeji at one point have interesting selection of target areas. I'll just say that. And then just a little bit more of me talking about Chaeryeong. She sounds so good on these tracks. And she seems to understand exactly what is needed from her in each of these contexts. And she went on Imujin's service or whatever, the duet show, where a lot of people go on and sing and then talk with Imujin. And obviously her vocals sounded beautiful, but crucially, she covered Sabrina Carpenter's Nonsense. I'm talking. And she ended it with that as well. The ending of her cover was very beautiful. But if you don't know it, that's a very, it's a song that's been good since it came out, but it's been trending more so, largely because of Sabrina Carpenter's very smart promotion strategy. Engage the audience.
Censored again there.
Okay, well, maybe this is a good thing to be censored because why am I talking about Sabrina Carpenter? But all I'm saying is that she did a good job of promoting that song Nonsense, and now it's really become a hit. Had a slow start, but Chaeryeong covered it, and it was beautiful, and it made me happy. And that is everything I have to say about Itzy today, but I do want to just sneak in that I think no one's calling it in this time, but Teen Top member that you guys covered.
Discord hates my man
path,
today. You got cut off there, Teen Top member.
My goodness, I swear I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm being good. But no, the Neil from Teen Top dropped a single, and then it has a single B-side that is...
He's gone again. What is this, man? What is this? Is... I don't know what's going on. I haven't dropped a single frame on the stream, so I think it's on your end. Or it's Discord.
I am so sorry. I don't know what is going on, but is this doable? Because I can drop off if this is just too shitty.
Well, it is until it cuts you off when you start trying to make a point, you know? It's always how it goes. the people don't want you to hear it, you know?
I'm going to just try and rush through it, and you can stop me if it goes wrong. So, yeah, Neil from Teen Top dropped a song called Parting Path. The B-side, Loved XX, is fantastic. One of the best rap verses of the year. Some of the best rapping from a boy group member that I've heard, period. Extremely compelling flow. I don't even know what it means, but I just know by the flow that that's just highly technically good. I enjoyed it.
그녀의 핸드폰이 울리기 시작했죠. 전 정말 보고 싶지 않았거든요. 잘 들어갔어? 지금 뭐해? 저기요. 사랑 그게 뭐가 어려워 그냥 사랑하기만 하면 돼. 사랑이 참 어려워 넌 그게 잘 안 돼 서로 사랑만 하는 게 뭔가 속는 기분이야 너의 눈을 보면 날 더 미치게 해 여전히 사랑이 장난이니 너.
And then last time that sort of thing happened was with Mino Tong 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 very good song as well. But every once in a while, a boy group member comes out and has personality, has skill, has a vision, and it's good. And that song is really good. And then I rediscovered the song "Some" by Soyu and Junggigo because it was on a Stacy TikTok that was sped up, and it was very beautiful. And then I listened to the song and I was like, why have I been sleeping on this? Because wow, that's such a good song. And then the Trend song was good, but someone should cover that soon.
Akio will at some point, I'm sure.
Just want to say we are all so excited for Sistar 19 in just 48 hours time. But yeah.
It's going to be such a flop if it's not the best song ever, right? We're all going to be horribly disappointed when it sucks, as most of these, like, old group comes back songs are.
I don't see it sucking, though. I mean, I just don't see it really sucking. I can see it being just okay, but I don't see it sucking. But yeah, we'll see. We'll get there when we get there. But yeah, I love the imagery coming out in promotion of that. And I think that this is 2024 is starting off very strong. We already have a solid girl group album, and a lot of the boy group songs have been sounding surprisingly good. So let's go 2024. Thanks for having me on the show, Diggy. I look forward to hearing all the rest of the calls.
Mm-hmm.
Bum 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 buddy.
Bum 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 bye bye. He is gone. Okay, my next caller is the wonderful Gachi, here to restore order and stop playing good songs. So let's go ahead and pull her in. Here we go. Hello, Gachi.
Hello, Diggy.
How are you, my dear?
Oh, you know, Diggy, I'm bald, I'm mean, and I'm full of beans.
You got a Yamaha keyboard drum machine?
Exactly.
For context, I showed Gachi some of the Northern Boys bangers before the show, and she has taken to it like a duck to water. It's been wonderful.
It's truly incredible. It's just really the lyricists of our generation.
Absolutely.
Dip my dick in the salsa dip on a Taco Tuesday. Get a splash on your boobly. Yes, feel free to say no. Bald, mean, and full of beans. I got a Yamaha keyboard drum machine. Metallic a patch on my dungarees. I said, girl, can I get your number, please?
Oh, but you've got. Oh, how the hell are you supposed to, like, transition to this stupid ass name? What is this?
Well, this is a new group that has debuted. I assume that they're just called All Hours, but I don't know why there's parentheses. You know, everyone loves the parentheses. I guess to make it easier to search. I'm sure there's some asinine reason behind it. But we'll see. I'm here to torture you with the first noisy ass boy group song of the year.
Oh joy. My favourite noisy boy groups.
Yeah.
Let's get the suffering over and done with. Let's listen to All Hours is Gotcha. It's not going to be as good as I Chillin's Gotcha, but here we go.
Tell me what you want, 네가 바랬던 이 순간 지독하게 버텨왔던 어둠 midnight 아주 다른 너 또다시 일어나는 법 빗발치는 듯한 운명의 뜨거운 파도 자 보시는 그대로 watch out 드릴 건 없으니 grab that 내 맘에 전부 dirt down never quit it 누구도 예상 못할 우리 시나리오 벌어진 입들로 무슨 말을 하리요 yeah. Rise up, we gotta go. Right up 뛰어들어. 멈추지 말고. 라차차, yeah. Rise up, we want it more. Right up, let's go 위로. 어서 더 follow. 라차차, yeah. 가만히 그렇게 눈부시게 빛나지 않아. 숨가쁘게 달려 변해 야만 슈퍼플라이. 손에 잡힐 듯 잡히지 않는 당연한 고민을 꺼져 단단한 벽 위로 날아오르려면 시간 없어. Elevate 8 밀려오는 heat wave 꺼질 듯한 heart rate 너의 머리 위로 going up straight. Hold me closer, you know what I like. 나를 봐, 왜 곡선들은 no way 나만 낳게 닿으면 새로워진 유대 미친 에너지. Yeah, 손도 물어주지 말고 그냥 즐겨봐라 my way. 24/7 느껴질 거야 나의 존재. 깨지 않을 dream 날카로운 눈을 끄 분명해진 샷 속에 불리는 rhythm. 현실에 가까워질 때 맞춰봐 더 같이 차차게. Rise up we gotta go. Right up 뛰어들어. 멈추지 말고. 라차차, yeah. Rise up we want it more. Right up let's go 위로. 어서 더 follow. 라차차, yeah. 미칠 듯한 spin you and I 무중력에 갇힌 순간 불빛 아래 떨림 너 던져버려 let's get low. 이대로 we beautiful so come with me yeah. Rise up we gotta go. Right up 뛰어들어. 멈추지 말고. 라차차, yeah. Rise up we want it more. Right up let's go 위로. 어서 더 follow. 라차차, yeah. Coming up all the way. Giddy up, get crazy. Baby, rise up. Oh, 라차차. Coming up all the way. Giddy up, get crazy. Finger all up, rise up. Oh, 라차차.
Ra-cha-cha, ra-cha-cha. How was that, Gacha-cha?
Definitely a ra-cha-cha and good time. You know, you gotta giddy up and get cray, as they say.
Oh,
I
pretty
mean,
painful.
obviously this is my wheelhouse. This is pandering to the gotchi verse of people who like this kind of stuff. Are they reinventing the wheel on boy group music? No, but I think it's a super competent debut, and it's noisy while also,
It's not that noisy.
I think, being.
I really
Yeah,
don't think
it's
it's that
like-
noisy. It's mostly melodic.
It's noisy enough for me to enjoy it as a song, like a boy group song, but it also has like that really great like unison chant chorus, which I love a chant. I love a chant chorus, and I think that's really good.
Mhm.
But it also has your favorite thing, which is a shit filter over the vocals on the chorus, which is a little disappointing, which I can recognize. But again, I watched the live version of this before I heard the studio version, so the filter wasn't on there, and so it stuck with me a lot first
okay.
before I actually watched the video.
They actually have good voices
I
then, because
can't-
they sound like little boys to me in a lot of this.
No, they're actually pretty good. I think they have a ton of potential as a group because this is a nobody group from a nobody company. I think it's like Eden Entertainment. The only other person on this label I was looking is Bakayon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's the only other one on here. I found this group because I came across like a viral video on Twitter of something that they were doing, and the two main dancers of the group just like somebody's doing an actual fucking pirouette.
I think you just got censored. I'm sorry.
I think, you know what? I think it is Discord because every time I start talking, sometimes the bar goes down.
Yeah, it's got to be something to do with Discord, because I got no issues with my connection. I don't understand what's happening.
It's gotta be. And if it's happening to me and Swither, it's gotta be Discord being
Well,
a dickhead.
do you want to try switching over to like a different channel in case it's this channel?
Sure, yeah. Do you want to go to the waiting room?
Yeah, let's do waiting room, and then we'll continue in there. All right, let's see if waiting room works any better, and see if they stop Gachi saying her bit.
Okay, so what I was saying was I found like a viral video on Twitter, and it was just the two guys going immediately into like these triple pirouettes into the splits, and it was like insane.
Ooh.
And so I was like, wait, hold on, someone's actually doing a competent pirouette. So I was like, what group is this? Let me look this up. And so I found a live stage, and they're actually pretty good live. Like the one performance that I put in the channel was on a music show, and they were actually like the mics were on, they were actually singing live, and they're pretty stable for like all the dancing that they're doing, which can't be said for a lot of groups these days. But I thought it was kind of, you know, good for them as a debuted group out of nowhere. I think these days you have to do something that's going to make you stand out because the market is so oversaturated, and nobody, especially a lot of new groups, are really stable vocalists at this point. Do I think any of them are like incredible vocalists? I don't think so. There's one kid who has a lot of potential, but they're stable and like solid notes while dancing, like super good potential, I thought. So
I mean, if they're actually singing, they're doing better than like 80% of K-pop.
Yeah, and I watched one of their showcase videos for a B-side, and I think this is where the turns came from, because there's this one bit where they all like flip into a pirouette, and they're all clean, they're all good, and their main vocalist hits his high note, goes directly into a triple pirouette, comes out of it, and hits his next note. And I was like, wait a minute. Like, okay, we have some like actual talent on our hands. So I think they're definitely worth like checking out in the future if they're gonna keep, you know, being decent live, because it's so hard to find like good new groups these days that are actually eye-catching.
Yeah, interesting. I'll have to see. Some of what you're saying is making me think that it's not live and it's just well-masked playback, but I'll have to have a look and see. We'll see. But I don't think this song is like atrocious. I just don't think it's like amazing. It's better than a lot of the Noise Boys, so I'll take that. I mean, the only noisy bit is that stupid like at the like intro, but like other than that, it's like not that noisy at all.
You gotta rev up your motorbike, man.
Yeah, it sounds very silly though. It does make me laugh when that's going on in the middle of a verse. Like I was smiling quite a lot throughout this because I was trying not to laugh really loud. Because they have that stupid fucking noise through like so much of the song, and it's really off-putting.
Okay, well now you know how I feel about the Itzy song.
Yeah. I didn't find any like ridiculous noises in Untouchable though.
It's just that one. I'm like, okay, got it. I don't know, something about it just grates my eardrum, but the rest of it was good.
Yeah, those like over-engineered noises definitely are becoming a bit of a thing. It seems. Who can make the most like guttural sounding noise for their bass sound in the song?
Yeah, but I'll put the showcase video in the performances too. I figured someone else will have to tell me if they think that it's not live, but I thought it was. Ian said he was impressed by the stage, so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'm just being ridiculous, but they sounded as live as you can get at this, you know, stage.
Yeah, I mean, there are still groups performing live, just very few of them. So if we can add another one to the list, then that's definitely a positive. So
Yeah, and I think they need to. I will say, I think there's some shenanigans going on with the music video views though, because like, why does this have 22 million views, but their channel has like 20,000 subscribers?
Yeah, they bought some views for sure.
Yeah, I was like, they 100% are buying views, because I was like,
I honestly, hot take, but I think that's why Itzy's views are so low, because they're not buying views, and that's how many people are actually watching it. Like, I really think that's what it is. Because this has more than 3 times as many views as Untouchable, and there's no fucking way that there's more than 3 times as many people that care about this shit than Untouchable.
Yeah, I definitely think that JYP has stopped buying views. Because even like with Stray Kids and stuff, they're not hitting the like hundreds of millions of views that they used to. So it's like,
Yeah, it's either that or like YouTube have done something to stop people view botting on their own. Because you know how fans are, that's what they do basically by doing the streaming thing. They're actually just view botting, but without the bot part because they are the bots. So
it doesn't make any sense to me because I'm like, who cares about fucking YouTube views? It's such a weird stat to like
yeah, but
brag about.
fans will take anything to dick measure. That's all they're all here for, really. A lot of the time,
True.
anything
because
that they
don't
can
have any-
gloat over other groups for is good for them, you know.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that a lot of these kids like need to feel accomplished, so they have to live vicariously through their K-pop group. And I just wish they wouldn't.
Yeah, it's
But
like their
that's-
self-worth is attached to the number of views that their group gets. I'd say maybe, you know, therapy is a better route to sorting that out than much else.
Yeah. Amen. But yeah, not too much to really blither on about this, but yeah, I think there's been some good new stuff coming out. The start of the year is pretty slow.
Yeah.
But I've been
Always
finding
is
a
at the
lot of the
start.
songs. Yeah, I mean we have some good stuff coming up here in the next couple of weeks, but I have found some good stuff from really lesser known people. There's like some random boy group that just debuted called Waker, who just put out a really good song. Couple of they're like older guys too, which is cool.
Ooh.
Some old produced people and stuff. Well, older as in like in the 90s, as in not maybe they have like one or two members that are 2000, but and then that JD1 guy, I might talk about him at some point because his whole thing is pretty interesting. I might call him in on a different time, but yeah, his stuff is pretty good too. A lot of like really random people I've never heard of. I think this is the time of year where you kind of have to dig for stuff to listen to while everybody preps their comebacks and their 17,000 pre-release singles. So
Yeah.
so there's a few early year gems, I think. Haven't listened to the Itzy album yet, so but I'll take your guys' word for it and
Yeah, it's
dive
not
into
bad.
that too.
I don't think it's like, you know, album of the year material, but it's pretty decent.
Yeah, so we'll see. I've been listening to a lot of older shit at the moment.
Makes
catching
sense.
up on some stuff, but yeah, and also I guess because I don't know if anyone's gonna call in about these, but check out Kim Jong Hyun's motto. I love him and I need to promote him because that's my dude.
That's my mom. 바로 Japanese burger. 다시 나는 Croatian. That's my mom. 마치 춤춘 내 본 세상 내 무대. Take my bro. 당기고 품어만 Don't rain no more glory. That's my mom. Yeah, yeah, that's my mom. Yeah, yeah. 나를 위해 떠오르는 별. Yeah, that's my mom. 나는 나를 위해 불러주는 송. Yeah, that's my mom. 이 내게 불려 like a gun. That's my mom. Yeah, yeah, that's my mom.
And SF9's Bibi Bora because
Yeah,
you
I'm
know,
surprised no
they
one's
call me
calling in
Carpet.
SF9, honestly.
They call me Carpet. I was going to, but I feel like I had more to say about this than I do about SF9, which is just that their discography is wildly underrated, and I think people should give them a chance. Give them a
Yeah.
chance.
Definitely.
미쳐버린 것 같아. They call me carpet. 비모라 차갑게 몰아친 슬픔 속에 눈물은 바다가 되고 나만 부서져 내려. 비모라 부러워 너에게로 휩쓸려. 다시 돌아가고만 싶어. Right now 소중해 너 비모라. 다시 돌아가고만 싶어. Right now 소중해 너 비모라.
But that's it out of me. I won't take an hour of your time. God love you, Swither.
Okie dokie. Well, thank you, Gachi. You brought less noisy stuff than usual, so we'll take it.
Yep, and I will be back next week, hopefully with a good Hui track. God, please,
Ooh.
Jesus, please.
That would be great. Yeah, that would be awesome. Let's hope that Hui is great, because he is great. If his song is great, then we're winning. But I suppose I will say bye for now, Gachi.
Alrighty. Thank you for the Northern Boys. I'm gonna go stream some more of those.
Fantastic. Always glad to add another one to the army. Enjoy it.
They call me Kevin. Bye.
See ya. Okay. My next caller is our wonderful man from Down Under. The guy who, maybe T and I might have said that I needed to marry when we saw his list last week. But it's my boy vagrantesque, my brother in spice. I'm going to go ahead and talk to him now. He's honestly just pandering this week with his pick, but we'll talk about that in a moment. I'll go and talk to him. Here we go. Hello, vagrantesque.
Oi, I'm not pandering.
You are pandering.
No. Listen. Okay. Apple Music recommended me this song.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't see the video, blah, blah, blah. It just came up, either that or YouTube Music, one of the two, and then I just find it on Apple. Yeah, how do you pronounce this artist?
Beanie.
Oh, no.
My girl
I think
Beanie.
I just realized something.
What's that?
Oh, no. Okay, so during the big catch-up last year, you mentioned Beanie.
She was my number
times.
2 on the 2022 list with Nano. I love that song.
And I tried to Google it. But this is not the spelling that anyone's going to think of.
No, it's a very weird spelling.
It's B!Ni.
Yeah.
And there's not enough views for anything to autocorrect. So, okay. Well, now I guess I can look at some outdated songs. So awesome.
You've got some really good stuff to get catching up with for her, so that'll be great.
Yep. Awesome. So yeah, only an accidental panda. But it is here. With her song, it's 대출, which is
Yeah.
Is it loan?
I'll take your word for it.
Google Translate. Yeah.
Cool.
It's a loan. So let's see if we can loan some views.
Yeah, let's get her some. Here we go. Beanie.
삐용삐용 하는 소리 방금 못 들었어 너무 시끄럽게 삐용삐용 울리던데 왜 근데 아까부터 날 좀 낯설게 돼 여보세요? 파르피가 줄줄 우리는 빙글 앰블 주인공이 저였군요 왠지 아팠어요 맘도 좀 찢어진 것 같아 금해주세요 얼마 들어요 뭐라고요 근데 제 맘이 가난해 네 맞아요 내 맘이 없다고요 내 거기 마음 빌려준다는 곳 맞나요 내 제가 좀 맘이 부족해서요 이유는 넌 맞는데 그냥 스킵하면 안 돼요 이제까지 그날까지 절대 문제 없어요 저도 모르겠어요 어쩌다 눕다 보니 맘이 가난했어요 아니 진짜예요 뭐 그러진 않지만 근데 맘이란 게 맘껏 들려줄 수 없어서요 왠지 아팠어요 나 즐김이조차 없이 응답할 곳이 한두 군데가 아니란 말이에요 뭣도 없는 줄 믿어준 재생바람 응원해주는 애정 언니랑 등등 너무 많단 말이에요 거기 마음 빌려준다는 곳 맞나요 내 제가 좀 맘이 부족해서요
All right, Baz. Beanie, how we feeling?
We're feeling good, feeling good. I've just sort of had this song on. It's very short. It's like 2:20. Smashes through, but it I guess it loops really well because I've had it on like on car rides and stuff for the last week,
Nice.
or a couple of days, whatever. And it just fits. It's just vibe music. Look, I'm sure her other older songs are better and more ear catching, but there's some cool sounds going on in this. How do you feel?
Yeah, I don't disagree with everyone in chat that this is not one of her most amazing songs, but she just makes such cool like textures and such cool like noises in her songs. I can't help but love it, you know. I just really like her approach. She does quite a lot of these like really short songs. Like my favorite of hers is 2 minutes 20. One of her songs that's really fun is like 1 minute 10. Like she has some very, very short songs, but she just makes cool stuff and I really appreciate it. Like she's I feel like she doesn't really sound like a lot of other people, so I really appreciate that about Beanie.
Yeah, shout out to T with the shout out to Suman because that was my first point of comparison when I heard this. Quite similar vibes to some of her stuff. The windscreen wiper sounds, yeah, that's a good way to describe some of this.
Yeah, I feel like Sumin is like if Beanie tried a lot harder a lot of the time. Beanie
Trying
gives that
isn't
kind
the way.
of like unbothered feeling with a lot of her stuff, which I quite like. Whereas Sumin, everything feels like insanely well crafted and like she's deliberated over this really hard. Whereas it feels like Beanie woke up that day and was like, "Fuck it, I'm making a song. It's gonna be great. Here we go." Like I don't know why she gives that energy, and I really like that. Sometimes I want to feel like it's like, you know, this just came out.
Yep, just, you know, it took 2:20 to make.
Yeah, yeah.
I get a little bit of that from Jerd. Big fan of Jerd, as I mentioned last week. But that is probably, particularly the modern stuff, is more effortish. Effortish? I don't know. More effort put in. Yes, it's a good word. Good English
use
word
that one.
that exists. Put some effortish into this call. Effortful. Thank you.
No, we're sticking with effortish.
I've really enjoyed it. But really, I suppose, aside from continuing to probably loop it for a bit, the takeaway is that I now know how to get over the search engine minimization, thanks again, Swither, to find her old stuff, which I'm sure will be fun.
Yeah, she has some fantastic songs. So enjoy that. I think I have like 7 or 8 of hers on my playlist. She doesn't have that many songs, so she's got a very good hit rate with me. I really just appreciate the kind of unbothered, this just happened type of songs that she makes, and she just has those like quirky little touches with her vocals that come in, and I need that sometimes. So thank you, Beanie.
Thanks indeed. Can we get a views check on this?
Of course you can. She's sitting at a fat 778 views.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
You thought Itzy were doing badly?
Like
Nothing, mate.
Oh wow, that's
We'll get her to 1,000 somehow. Everybody watch this and get her to 1,000. She deserves it.
Let's bot this.
let's do the thing I just said that YouTube probably clamped down on and viewbot this. Let's do it. But yeah, you've got a hell of a journey to look through her stuff. She has a cool song with Soul by Cell as well, if you remember them. So check that one out.
Entropy. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
But
Yeah, I
she
do, yeah.
she just has some really cool shit. So she's a fun listen. I
Sick.
will recommend Beanie to everyone I know. I love Beanie. She's great. You should all go and listen to her.
Well, yeah, but you did recommend it on the last year. But let's just specify B exclamation mark NI.
Yes.
That is how you find her. So yeah, cool. I will update you next time I'm on.
Sweet. I look forward to hearing how it goes. And
Nice. All right.
you got anything you want to shout out before we end?
Aside from the Itzy stuff that Swither just very, very thoroughly covered anyway, I think I listened to that a bit as well. That album was also a little bit better than I was expecting. And it's always nice to have a full album early on because you get a whole year to mellow on it.
Yeah, for sure. All right, sounds good. I will let you go and let you start doing your research, get into the Beanie mode, Enjoy that. And
Will do.
I'll talk to you later, buddy.
Ciao, up the Northern Boys. Bye.
Up the Northern Boys, absolutely. See you later, man. Okay, my final caller to close it out is, of course, another chap that I talked to for way too long. So everyone that was chatting about Swither in the chat, saying how long our call was taking, get ready for that again, because it's Ian. Here we go. I'm bringing him in. Let's do it. Hello, Ian.
Hello. Apologies if the sound quality is horrible. I still can't find my earbuds. They're somewhere.
It's okay. We'll manage.
But how are you doing, Diggy?
I am doing all right. It's been quite a fun show today. Decent songs.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I hope I don't ruin it then, but I think so. The worst I think you'd think of this is it's fine. I feel like it's probably what I'm expecting as well. So.
Well, let's see if I can surprise you and absolutely hate it.
Well, yeah. You don't usually absolutely hate this guy's stuff, though. So, I'm trying to think of transition, but I don't have it. Maybe with all the talking Swither did earlier, I could quiz you on the Itzy album, right? I feel like
I don't think I'd achieve a passing grade, but you could try.
Yeah, right. So of course, I think I dropped it there the name that this was coming out on the end of the year show. But of course, my favorite boy after, gosh, what was it? A year and a half, Starship.
It's not bad for Starship.
Not releasing a song is back. Of course, that would be Jeong Sewoon, my favorite artist, and with his new title track, Quiz. So let's get into it.
Let's do it. Let's see if he passes the quiz. Here we go.
답은 보기 중엔 없어 남들이 만든 답은지 그걸로는 날 설명할 순 없어 사실 문제부터가 문제 난 다르게 움직여 다르게 서고 다르게 뜨고 다르게 웃어 내 시선은 느리게 흘러 hey. 쫓기는 듯이 다급한 모양 서두를 앉아 조금 더 뭐람 기다려요 숨 좀 돌릴게요 My quizzes 주관식 서술형부터 적은 나의 답들은 좁은 편견 넘어진 검다리를 Jump over you want 새로 카테고리 만들어버리지 뭐 하나하나 전부 고르는 게 좋은걸 뭐가 좋은지 뭐가 싫은지 DIY from A to Z 때로는 느려도 돼 네가 채워 놓은 my days 매일이 새로운 일난 답을 알아 그건 매일 달라 답은 하나 틀릴 것도 별로 없어 잠시 와 오늘은 이거 내일은 저거 다 해봐 답을 알아 내가 제일 잘 알아 정하지 마 그건 내 답 아냐 한치의 모름 이 세상은 퀴즈 답은 보기 중엔 없어 남들이 만든 답은지 그걸로는 날 설명할 순 없어 사실 문제부터가 문제 본질은 쌓인 examples 날 무겁게 원해 한시도 빠짐없이 막 이런저런 고민하게 만들 You know I need peace of mind 오지선 내용 중 하나 골라 맘 편하게 모든 걸 내려놓고 싶어도 알잖아 진짜 웃음 짓는 법 그래 다시 알다시피 악필이라도 내 답을 적을래 난 답을 나야 그건 매일 달라 답은 많아 틀릴 것도 별로 없어 잠시 봐 오늘은 이거 내일은 저거 다 해봐 답을 알아 내가 제일 잘 알아 정하지마 그건 내 답 아냐 한치앞 모름 이 세상은 그 답을 보기 중엔 없어 남들이 만든 답인지 그걸로는 날 설명할 순 없어 사실 문제부터가 문제 난 다르게 움직여 다르게 서고 다르게 뛰고 다르게 웃어 한치앞 모름 이 세상은 quiz
Alright, did Sewoon pass the quiz? I'm assuming he did for you.
I mean, it would be pretty hard for him not to. I mean, at least of his own music. I mean, he's sang plenty of very boring OST. But, you know, I quite like this. It's a little bit different. It's up his alley, but it's also not quite his full normal style of song, if that makes sense. But I still do quite enjoy it. So, yeah, and I feel like there's actually, I mean, you know, not a ton going on here, but there are a handful of things going on that I think are at least, you know, interesting or mix it up for this song. So, which is not surprising given who wrote it with him. So, which we can get into at some point. I'm curious what you think of it, though.
It's way too twee for me. I really don't like twee. So
Okay.
this is super like not for me. This is, you know what my hot take as well on this is? This is what Crush will be making in 2 years' time.
That would be interesting if Crush did this.
With his direction, he's not that far off
Yeah.
this now. So, and when that happens, Crush is dead to me.
Well, I thought Crush was already mostly dead to you, but
Yeah, to be fair, yeah, he's getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just way too twee for me. I don't know if I would have the same reaction if I wasn't watching the video, but the video adds to the hyper tweeness, and I really, really don't like that.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't bother me the same way it bothers you, obviously. But yeah, I mean, it is kind of that, or at least the video particularly is that way, right? Which I don't mind. The kind of aesthetic of this. But I feel like that's what he's done for a decent bit of music videos, or at least the ones that I remember more. That being said, I feel like I expected this to be weirder given who he wrote this with, because it's her name's hard. Sonu Jung-ah, or
R&B girl.
yeah, so I'd have expected a little bit different than this.
Yeah, she
given
usually does weird shit.
weird, like, and he's featured on some of her weird stuff before too. So kind of surprising that this is what I ended up with. I mean, I guess there's that bit that's like kind of the chorus that is a bit unconventional, that is sort of anti-drop, but like not in the way that, you know, anti-drops usually are, obviously, because of the way the song is.
That might
But yeah,
explain
I mean,
why there's so much falsetto, because her stuff is usually really high too.
Yeah, I mean, he does a lot of falsetto sometimes, so I think the two of them together, it kind of makes sense that that's what happened. But, you know, he goes back and forth on it, obviously. Some of his songs do have quite, like, Roller Coaster had quite a bit of falsetto in it. His last actual title track. Oh, man, sorry. I still can't get over that it's been as long, given that, you know, I mean, yeah, he worked with her on this song, but they're friends, so Starship probably didn't pay that much for it, right? And he's the lead writer on every single other song on this album. So, I don't know what they're up to, because I mean, he might be not the fastest songwriter, but there's no way it would take 1.5 years to put together an 8-song.
It could do. That's pretty normal
So-
in the West.
That's true. That's true. I guess so. But
We're just used to
it doesn't
the
seem like that's
K-pop
quite
way
the
where they have
case.
like an army of people churning out song after
The
song.
songwriting. Yeah, yeah, that's true. But at the same time, he had been teasing the fact that he was going to release an album himself for a very, very long time. So I think it was Starship's fault at some level, because this
Yeah.
also seems like a summer song, and so
Yeah,
does the
definitely.
album. Like it's very bright and fresh and nice, which is what a lot of his stuff is like. But he can do kind of more moody, wintry stuff. I mean, the last album he released in January, 24 Part 1, was very kind of like moody, and the title's In the Dark for people who care. And had a lot of like jazzy-ish stuff on the B-sides, like not jazz per se, but just those elements.
Oh, okay.
But this is much more like kind of spring, summer, bright, fresh, which I think is maybe why T likes it so much, because I feel like that's very up T's alley.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, I mean, the song is not necessarily my favorite thing from him, but I really enjoy the levity he brings to songs like this, and the way he performs things like this. And I like the verses a lot. The chorus is not my favorite thing in the world. It's just not my full style. But the verses reminds me, I was trying to think of what they reminded me of. They reminded me a bit of some Sean stuff from a while ago,
Yeah.
I think. Like
It's a little
maybe
bit like 36.5.
36.5. Yeah, that's exactly the song I was thinking of.
Baby don't let go 너무 완벽한 이 순간 그 손에 땀이 차도 널 놓기 싫어 Oh, baby don't let go 365일 동안 우리 둘만의 끝이 없을 이 여름
So a little bit like 36.5, which I really like that song.
But the chorus in that song is a lot better than this one, I think.
Yeah, but I just like the way Sewoon performs stuff more than I like the way Sean performs stuff. So, I mean, I still think
Yeah.
36.5 probably is a better song.
I'm the opposite, so
but-
I like 36.5, whereas I don't like this.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but I don't know. I obviously like his voice, but it's I don't know. For me, with him, it's like everything together almost makes his stuff so good. It's the way he performs stuff. It's his voice. It's how he writes his songs, and stuff like that. So, I mean, it should be no surprise that I like it, but obviously, it's not like I, love all of his music to the same degree, because I'm not that, I'm not that kind of K-pop fan. I don't think I have been for a very long time. But yeah, I enjoy this. I like some songs of the album more. And as T said, most of the album quite good. There's one song that sounds so much like an American song that I can't with it. So, but beyond that, I really, really enjoyed this album. But I feel like that's not the most surprising thing in this world.
Yeah.
So, because again, like almost, I think I have all of his albums saved to my playlist. Like some songs I'll skip half the time and half not. But if I had to recommend anything from this album, I would throw out Always is very good.
I will always, 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 I will always, always be with you. Oh, 항상부터 있을게. 볼 때마다 애 같아. Always, always, always.
And the second song on this album, Singer-Songwriter, which is because that's the nickname he has, at least from fans.
아이돌 쨍한 노란색 싱어송라이터 묘한 보라색 진하게 때론 연하게 섞어보는 거야 What's in my head oh. 섞어라 저어라 싱어송라이터
But I thought those two were quite good. And were more of the stuff that I normally sort of expect from him a little bit. At least in terms of, the overall thing. And maybe a little less falsetto too, because I'm not the hugest falsetto person.
Yeah.
I feel like you're well aware. So yeah, I mean, I really enjoy this. Not a position on the board level, at least at this moment. And it probably won't get there if I had to guess. But yeah, really, really enjoyed this one, and I'm just glad to have him back because I just enjoy being able to listen to his music. It just brings joy. And I needed that in the K-pop landscape, just the music landscape in general at the moment. So I am quite pleased, even if it's not my favorite thing he's ever put out. So
yeah, sometimes good enough is good enough.
Yeah, and that's honestly maybe how I feel with this title at least. Is it's a kind of a good enough release. But yeah, just happy to see him around doing stuff. So not that he hasn't been doing things. It's just I'd like to get music from the guy who's a musician and is a singer-songwriter. So
better make I've no longer exist, and then you'll get more.
Yeah. Well, if I've put out good music, I wouldn't be as mad about it.
Yeah, based on their last couple, like we could lose them and not lose a whole lot.
Yeah. Like,
they've had some atrocious songs lately.
I wouldn't really, both because Gachi would end me and they make good music. I wouldn't want to end Gravity or anything. They do good stuff sometimes, at least much more of the time.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, I just like that I had something to enjoy because I've hit a lot of suffering with my groups and stuff lately. So yeah, I'm not sure I'm the person to do Positivity Podium though because I've listened to them. I listened to this album.
I think like the start of the year is always a bit like that because we're all like tired out from making that list, and there's not a lot coming out anyway. So I don't have a whole lot either. It's all old stuff or brand new stuff that we could also bring up on the show.
Yeah.
So we don't need to have one this week, really. The only thing I'll shout out is courtesy also of Gachi. Well, not courtesy of Gachi, but Gachi would also shout this out. Northern Boys, Robot Man. New one from them. Love it. Fantastic. I'll edit it in.
Micro rock made by Microsoft. I might microwave my tiny micro cook. Go on a thrill, but it's gotta be cyber. Never had much luck with the human vagina. You don't love me as the man I am, but would you love me as a robot man? You can never love me for me. I had to let you go, and then it set me free. You don't love me as the man I am, but would you love me as a robot man? You can never love me for me. I had to let you go, and then it set me free. Now I'm free. Dance for me, Robot Kevin. I'm free. Dance for me, Robot Kevin. I'm free. Dance for me, Robot Kevin. I'm free. And just dance for me, Robot Kevin, because I'm free.
The one thing I'll throw out there that's interesting, I haven't formed an opinion on it yet, is that new Mnet show, Build Up or whatever it's called. Do you know the one I'm talking about? The like
I've heard the name and I
one?
still can't remember what the hell it is ever.
It's supposed to be like vocalists or something, I think, like from groups. So I know, trying to remember, In Song from K&K is on. I think Sunyul of Uptension is there. I haven't really like paid that much attention to it because it does bring me such pain.
Yeah.
But it could be interesting if they actually form a vocal group with people who can actually sing.
Yeah, but they're still going to put the goofy ass fucking terrible filters on them anyway and make it sound like they can't.
Yeah, well,
so I don't really care, you know.
Gachi's really helping me out in the chat. So like Jay of formerly of Impact, Jay from Boys Planet, Yo1 from Pentagon, Bonnie, of course, my boy from Attention.
From
Mont, yeah. So quite a good lineup of people, some very, very talented dudes. So they should be able to make an awesome vocal group if also they don't rig it to make the worst of the good vocalists get in.
You know they're going to.
Which would still probably be way better than what we normally get, right? But can't you imagine like a group with like Hwani and Insung and like some other really, really great vocalists, like several main vocalists from different groups that were actually talented vocally, that would be wonderful. I don't think it's going to happen because,
You know what happens on these shows? They just pick the ones with the prettiest faces. That's it. Like,
it's not like
that's
some
all
of
it's
these
going to
dudes don't
be.
have pretty faces though.
Yeah, so it'll be
Like-
them. It's going to be just
yeah,
them.
but like,
All the guys from the biggest
just-
groups. And that's all that ever
Yeah,
is that
well,
wins these.
I don't know if any of these groups are particularly, well, I guess Pentagon, particularly big other than that, right?
Yeah.
Like, so, I mean, it'll be interesting. I don't think I can watch it. I might watch stages because, they should be enjoyable, hopefully. Don't over edit them, and that. Please
They will.
take a Mix 9 page of the book. Like, that show,
Mm.
the performances were good. Just leave it, just do what they did. It wouldn't be that hard. Because, a lot of these dudes were on that show too. Because who's also on that show? K&K.
Yep.
So, yeah,
It's Mnet. You know what they're going to do. They do the same thing every
it's
time.
Mnet.
They start the
it's
show.
gonna be bad.
They start the show with no filtering, no nothing, and it sounds normal. Sounds a little bit rough. And then each week they add just a little bit more post production, and then a little bit more until you get halfway through the series and someone sounds like a fucking robot. It's always what they do to give the illusion of growth.
Yeah, except these dudes don't need to have an illusion of growth because they're already all great singers.
Yeah, but I don't think they have I don't think they know how to make a different type of show. I think it's just going to be produced.
No,
with
I don't think
vocalists.
they can either. Yeah, so at least I will keep an eye out for the stages. I don't want to deal with watching another Mnet show.
Yeah.
I have sworn off of it since Produce, and I am happy with my continued decision. Because, yes, I got Sewoon out of Produce, right? Love him. But man, that was torture because he also finished 12th, and that was
You know what,
the last
though?
spot off.
We have our watch party each week, and we watch
Yeah.
survival shows. We're about to finish peak time, and after that, we're running through all the produced stuff in sequence.
Oh.
So we've got a marathon of Mnet shit that we have to watch.
I might join you for Produce because I know the pain, so I can sit through it again.
Yeah.
But that's also not available because y'all tend to do it when I'm not free, sadly.
Yeah, it's probably always going to be at a time when you're at work, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unless we do it on the weekends at some point, which we could do, but I don't know.
Yeah,
when it works for people.
Yeah. So, but anyway, if I can pop in a little, I'll pop in a little. But so. Yeah, and Gachi makes a very fair point. These shows are a lot more fun if you watch it with people. If you're just stewing over your picks.
Dude, I would have dropped
really
peak time weeks ago if I was watching it on my own.
Yeah.
It's an atrocious show, but it's only fun because we can talk about how terrible it is while watching it.
Yeah, and so with the Mnet shows, it will come to like talking how obvious the people are that they want to win.
Yeah.
They give them 1 billion hours of screen time. How obvious, their touching up of stuff is, and the drama Mnet manufacturers, because they are pretty good. So, and Gotcha's making a fair point. She enjoyed the Boys Planet show, which I've actually heard decent things about because the lineup that they chose for Boys Planet, I think, all basically made the group at the end. At least what Mnet wanted. Maybe a couple people not. But so if you like ZB1, you'll like Boys Planet because it's basically what Mnet was aiming for. Like the two dudes who finished 1-2 were like in so much of the promotional material for the show. So like you know that Mnet was going for it, right?
Yeah.
You don't make the dude the face of the show.
Yeah, don't watch Girls Planet if you if you're watching through these because it's just no. Like the best people absolutely did not make the group. So that one was extremely annoying.
Yeah, Gotcha makes it for a point. There were a couple other people who made the group that Mnet clearly did not want, but they couldn't rig votes anymore, so they got stuck with them. But good job, Rookie, showing them up. But yeah. So.
I'm looking forward to Produce 101 Season 1 just so I can hear Nayeon sing again, because I never get to hear her anymore, Nayeon.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Anywhere I can get it, pump it into my veins. She's an actress now. I don't know if I'll ever get to hear her again, but I hope I do.
Yeah, I mean, hey, she could sing an OST for something.
True,
That would
true.
make sense.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
it could be horribly boring.
That's the
but, you know,
thing.
but here's the thing, at least I find, if you have a voice that is incredible, sometimes you make OSTs work. Sometimes. Most of them are still very boring, but occasionally you'll get the one that's like interesting enough that someone with a really good voice can make good.
I just want someone to make her the jazz queen that she deserves to be.
Yeah. Well, maybe she'll get on like a period 1930s, 1920s show, and she'll sing a jazz OST.
Oh, get me in there! Pump it into
Putting
my
it out
veins.
there
I
in the
need
universe.
it. I need it now. Someone do it. Oh.
Yeah. Because that would be quite good. So, but anyway, love Sewoon. Glad he put out an album. Everyone should go listen to it.
Mhm.
I will always be the promoting Sewoon person, like Gachi did with Jonghyun. So I will stand my ground on that and do my due diligence, do duty. I cannot speak. So yeah.
Well, thanks for bringing it. Thanks for chatting.
Yeah.
And
let's see how much of a mess another Mnet show is.
Yeah, for sure. Let's find out. But if anybody is watching it, do feel free to report back on calls of how it's going, because I find it interesting even if I'm not watching it. But
yeah, it's just it is amusing at times just to see the mess that is Mnet.
Yeah, so. For sure. We'll see how it goes. But thanks, Ian. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, of course. I'll be off. Bye bye now.
Bye bye. All right, and that is the end of this episode. Goodbye, audio listeners. Should have another one next week, depending on how editing goes, because I'm still only like 2 hours into the 6-hour list thing on editing, so might be a while until we're back to weekly uploads. But we'll see how it goes. It'll be out when it's ready. I'm not rushing myself. But yeah, thanks all, and yeah, see everybody later, I guess.